We're going to start by writing our goal, which is mixed number times a whole number. So pause the video and write mixed number times a whole number in your notes. And then click play when you're ready. All right, let's start right away. So what we are going to do is whenever we see a mixed number and we're timesing it, what is best practice is to take this mixed number and to turn it into an improper fraction. So step one is write mixed numbers as improper fractions. So you're going to get mad. You're going to literally take 4 times 2, which is 8. You're then going to add the numerator, which is 1. That makes that 9 over 2, which is the denominator. That 2 just floats right down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to bring this 8 down. And this is really 8 over 1, like in Harry Potter. And then you multiply straight across. It's going to give you an answer, I believe, of 72 over 2. If you were to take 72 and divide it by 2, I believe you would get 36, but let's just double check. It goes in there 3 times, which is 6. And then 2 goes into 12 6 times, 36. So 36 would be your answer. All right, let's try another one. So step number 1, write down the problem 6 times 2 3/4. If you want to try this problem on your own, go ahead. If you want to watch me, do that. So whenever you have a mixed number, you need to get mad. So you're going to take 2 times 4, which is 8. It is a coincidence that they were both 8. It's just the numbers I chose. And then you're going to take 8 plus 3, which is 11, over 4, times 6 over 1. It says you can simplify if you want. You don't have to. You can recognize that you could divide both 6 and 4 by 2, but you don't have to do that. You're going to multiply the numerators. 6 times 11 is 66. Multiply the denominator, which is 4. You can simplify by making it into an improper fraction. Or this is an improper fraction by making it into a mixed number. So for example, you can say, how many times does 4 go into 66? Well, 4 goes into 6 once. You're left with 26, or 2. Bring down your 6. Goes in there, I believe, 6 times, which is 24. So it looks like you have 2 left over. So that's going to be 16 whole with 2 left over out of 4. And we know from experience that we can simplify 2/4 to 1/2. So remember, if you get this answer, 66 over 4, you know how to multiply fractions. If you get this answer, you know how to take an improper fraction to a mixed number. And if you get this answer, which is the final answer, you can simplify that mixed number. All right, I believe, so we have 2 left. So if you haven't tried one on your own yet, why don't you try this one on your own? Pause the video here. All right, it doesn't matter that our mixed number is in front and our whole number is in back. It's still the same process. We're going to take 3 times 2, which is 6. We're going to add 1, which is 7. Keep the denominator the same, which is 2. Bring down your 9. It's going to be 9 over 1. You're going to multiply straight across and get 63 over 2. If we were to take 63 and divide it by 2, we would see that 2 goes into 6 3 times. Left with 0. You bring your 3 down. 2 goes into 3 once. So your answer is 31 whole with 1 out of 2 remaining. So 31 and 1/2. Anytime you see a 1 in your numerator, you can't simplify it. All right, go ahead and try this one and then unpause the video. All right, you're going to take 7 times 2, which is 14, plus 3, which is 17. So you have 17 over 7 times 10 over 1. You're going to get 170 over 7. You're going to probably want to use long division to help you simplify. 7 doesn't go into 1, but it does go into 17 twice, which is 14. You're going to have 3 left over. 7 goes into 30, I believe, 4 times, which is 28. You have 2 left over. So your whole number is 24, and then you have 2 left over, and you're dividing by 7. So you have 24 as your whole number, you have 2 left over, and you're dividing by 7. So it's 24 and 2 sevenths, and that'll be your final answer. Remember, if you get this answer, you know how to multiply fractions. If you get this answer, you know how to convert from improper to a mixed number. All right, let's go back to our goal, which was mixed numbers times a whole number. So if you feel comfortable with this, you can star this because you've mastered it. If not, a few more days and you might feel more confident. All right, so we've got 3 more goals. Our next goal is mixed number times a proper fraction. So go ahead and write that down. Mixed number times a proper fraction. All right, nothing is really going to change. We're still going to need to use the process of getting mad. It's just that this fraction has a denominator, so we don't need to add a 1 underneath. So it's kind of less work for us, actually. So to get mad, you're going to take 2 times 3, which is 6. You're going to add 1, which is 7. So this is going to be 7 halves. Then you just bring down your times 5 tenths. You are going to multiply straight across, which is 35 over 20. 35 over 20. And when you think about it, 20 goes into 35 once, with 15 out of 20 remaining. And you can technically simplify that by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 5. And you can get 3/4. So 1 and 3/4. So if you get 35 over 20, awesome. That means you've mastered multiplying fractions. If you get 1 and 1/15, you're working towards simplifying those by making them into mixed numbers. And if you get 1 and 3/4, you're doing a great job simplifying those mixed numbers. So why don't you go ahead and try this one on your own and then unpause the video. All right, we're going to bring down our 3/5, and then we're going to get mad with our fraction. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So this is going to be 15 over 6. If you want to simplify this right away, you're more than welcome to. If not, that's okay. You're going to get 45 on the top over 30. If you simplify this, 30 goes into 45 once, with 15 out of 30 remaining. And you might recognize that 15 over 30 is a half, so this is really the same as 1 and 1/2. So this means you've mastered multiplying fractions. These are your way of simplifying those, and eventually you'll get all the way through that process. It just takes a little bit of time. All right, we've got one more here. Let me pull this up. I want you to again try this on your own, so pause the video. All right, you're going to take 2 times 8, which is 16, plus 1, which is 17, over 2, times 2 over 4. And remember, you can pause these videos, rewind, slow it down at any time. Let's try something. Since they both have a 2 here, I can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 whole. 2 divided by 2 is 1 whole. That makes it a little bit easier. 17 times 1 is 17. 1 times 4 is 4. How many times is 4 going to 17? 4 whole times, for a total of 16. You have 17. Cookies, you eat 16. You have 1 left out of 4. All right, so let's see. Our goal was mixed numbers times a proper fraction. So if you feel comfortable with that, you can go ahead and star that. I will create a new video for the last 2.